Here are 10 obscure facts you probably didn't know about LEGO Indiana Jones: The Original Adventures. The game uses a modified LEGO Star Wars engine, but was built to allow more object interaction. Indy's fear of snakes isn't just a gag, it prevents him from crossing certain areas. The game, like other classic LEGO games, has zero voice acting. Some background objects are hand-drawn textures, not 3D LEGO pieces. Characters can disguise themselves with hats from enemies, letting them open locked doors. The PS2 version had longer load times and missing visual effects compared to the Xbox and PC versions. There's a secret playable character modeled after the game's producer, John Burton, listed as developer. A gravestone in the Last Crusade level pays tribute to real-life LucasArts employee. Some characters are immune to traps, making them useful for puzzle solving. You can unlock Han Solo by collecting all 5 hidden Star Wars cameos. How many of these did you know? Let us know in the comments down below. This isn't just a spoof of Paranormal Activity, it's a full-on Paranormal Meltdown. Not just Paranormal Activity, it parodies Blair Witch, Last Exorcism, and ghost hunting shows. It skipped theaters and went directly to DVD and digital back in 2012. A ghost hunting crew investigates a myth in rural Texas, but things get weird fast. Characters like Damon Dealer in Blair Witch poke fun at every single paranormal cliche. One of the folks behind Scary Movie helped develop this madness. It's filmed like Paranormal Activity, but with gags, shaky cams, and mock interviews. Only one scene really spoofs Paranormal Activity. Most jokes target The Last Exorcism. Critics called it dumb, but kind of clever. It's its own silliness. It didn't hit big, but it found a small audience that lives, for the bad horror comedies. Love Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Well, here's 10 facts about Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the video game. A wild 3 versus 7 asymmetrical survival horror setup, not your usual 1 versus 4. The Kyoto brothers helped make the game pure cult horror energy. No teammates, no problem. Jump into a match with bots. From abandoned malls to creepy campsites, each map has escape routes and secrets. Guns, axes, and even pie traps. Humans are no longer helpless victims. Clowns can mimic humans with filtered voice to help trick players. Once scouted, they can warp around the map. Total chaos. 5 classes like Brawler and Trapper, each with their own bizarre weapons. You can come back as an NPC survivor if your team has lives left. Popcorn guns, cotton candy cocoons, glitter gore. It's horror meets Saturday morning cartoons. Say what you want about it, but Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is packed with wild behind-the-scenes stories. It was in development limbo for almost 2 decades. That's more ancient than Indy. He wanted interdimensional beings instead, but I guess it's different. To play Spalko, she trained with a real fencing master. Total commitment. At age 64, Ford did many stunts and he tore his rotator cuff mid-shoot. They built and launched a full-sized fridge with a dummy inside. Shia LaBeouf publicly trashed the movie, and Spielberg wasn't thrilled. Russian politicians called it anti-Soviet propaganda. Cold War tensions are still going strong. Those little gophers, 100% CGI, and nobody asked for them. Despite the hate, it made more money than The Last Crusade at the box office. Yep, he nuked the fridge, and that scene became a meme, and an actual phrase. Crystal Skull might be messy, but it's totally wild. Dial of Destiny is the final ride for Indiana Jones, and it came with some wild twists behind the scenes. The opening scene used AI and deepfake technology to make Harrison Ford look young again. At age 40, Ford insisted on doing most of his stunts. Legend behavior. It is the most expensive Indiana Jones movie ever made, even more than Crystal Skull. The iconic composer came back for one more story. She waited to watch the classic Indy films until after filming. Wild choice. A real-life Nazi was a scientist that inspired Voller. Rather than rely on CGI, they recreated entire streets of New York and Glasgow. The insane third-act Roman siege, that took nearly a year of effects. It was inspired by the Antikythera mechanism, an ancient Greek device that tracked the stars. Early drafts had Indy staying in the past. Ford said nope and asked for a more hopeful. What happens when you open a haunted house and awaken a killer in a teddy bear mask? In Teddy Told Me To, a couple buys a rundown haunted house attraction to relaunch it for Halloween. But they're not alone. Years ago, a young boy's father snapped and destroyed his teddy bear. And then he came back wearing the teddy bear mask to slaughter everyone. Now, as influencers, actors, horror fans all gather to bring this haunted place back to life, he picks them off one by one in brutally creative ways. And this time, Teddy isn't playing. It's gory, campy, packed with practical effects, and it's a love letter to old school slashers. Killer teddy bears, haunted houses, blood everywhere. What else do you need? Think you know Saw? Here are 10 facts about the film. The entire movie was shot in less than 3 weeks on a tiny budget. James Wan and Lee Winnell made a 9-minute short to pitch the idea. One of the most profitable horror movies ever made. Actor Tobin Bell had to stay perfectly still for most of the film. All of his scenes were shot in less than a week. That grimy bathroom? Completely constructed from scratch on a soundstage. He was so dedicated, he stayed overnight during post-production. Most of the violence happens off-screen. It's all about suggestion. Only a few people knew how the movie would end during filming. They built the trap for real, just in case they got a bigger budget later. Think you know Saw 2? These facts will trap your mind. The script was called The Desperate. It was rewritten to fit into the Saw universe. Like the first film, Saw 2 had a lightning-fast production schedule. Despite being a major presence, his shoot was quick and efficient. Over 120,000 syringes were used, but the needles were removed and replaced with fiber tips. He joined just a week before filming, and he had to play catch-up. Writers made last-minute changes while filming to sharpen the tension. Many of the traps were filmed on location in a creepy rundown building. Actress Shawnee Smith was genuinely terrified during some scenes, especially in the needle pit. Writers based the trap on historical cases of people being trapped in industrial furnaces. Made for $4 million, and it crossed the $150 million mark worldwide.